The way that informs us as facilitators is that we have to understand that trauma is ever present in our room. Hi, everybody. Steve Halley here with the Family Peace Initiative, and welcome to the August edition of the Facilitators Tool Chest blog. Today, I wanted to talk with you about the similarities between cigarette smoking, drunk driving, and trauma as connected to domestic violence. I don't know if you're like me, but for quite some time, I thought that cigarettes caused cancer. We called them cancer sticks. We believed that if you continue to smoke for a long time, that you would end up with lung cancer. Turns out that that's not true. And I was a little bit surprised to learn this, that it's really a relatively small percentage of cigarette smokers end up with lung cancer. I don't know the exact number, but it's probably like 10 or 15%. And so it's not true that cigarettes cause lung cancer. There's all kinds of ailments and diseases that can be created by smoking, and there's many people who smoke cigarettes who never get lung cancer or any other diseases. They somehow get off scot-free. Drunk driving is kind of the same way. We think that drunk driving causes fatalities on the road, but it's really not true. That there's lots of people, including myself, in my younger years, that I drove drunk and never killed anybody. Fortunately, there's lots of people out there who drive drunk, who don't have accidents, who don't kill anybody. But among road fatalities, many of them are connected with people who are driving while they're drunk. Among lung cancer, almost all of the people who have lung cancer acquired that through smoking. Right. There are a couple of other minor ways that people can get lung cancer, but it's like 80 or 90% of the people who get lung cancer got it through smoking. So what I'm talking to you about with smoking and driving drunk, we're talking about an indirect link. And we understand the risks are enormous for those who are driving drunk. So we establish laws and we create systems in order to prevent people from driving, getting out on the road while they're intoxicated, because we know that indirect link is high enough to create significant dangers for the individual and for other unsuspecting people on the road when someone is intoxicated and driving. The same as with cigarettes, right? We know that the risks are high enough that we put warnings on packages and we let people know of the risks and the possibilities that might happen if we continue smoking. Not because cigarettes cause these lung cancer or other illnesses, but the indirect link is high enough that we take it very, very seriously. Now, I'm telling you all of this because trauma is absolutely linked indirectly with domestic violence. I hear people all the time when we get into these conversations about trauma saying, look, not everybody who experiences trauma in childhood grows up to be someone who uses violence in their relationships. That's true. Just like not all who smoke get lung cancer, and not all who drive while they're drunk, will harm themselves or others or even get into an accident. But the connection is high enough that we will take it very seriously with cigarette smoking. We take it very seriously with alcohol and driving while intoxicated. And we need to take trauma and the indirect link with domestic violence very seriously. It is a fact that domestic violence is indirectly linked to childhood trauma. Their debate is over. But when we get stuck on discounting the trauma history with those who batter, because not all who batter have trauma histories. First of all, I'm not sure that's true. I think what's more true is that the people who don't have childhood trauma either are not telling us the truth, or maybe we as facilitators are not good enough to find a way to help people feel safe enough to talk about the horrible things that have happened to them. But if there are people out there who have not experienced childhood trauma and are battering their partners, they need to be studied, because those people are weird, they are outliers, they are unusual, and we need to understand what's going on. The way that informs us as facilitators is that we have to understand that trauma is ever present in our room. And if we make the choice to ignore it, to discount it, or to assign that responsibility to a therapist or other agencies or professionals because, oh, that's not what we do, then we are handcuffing ourselves and we are limiting our effectiveness with those who we serve. Almost everybody in your group room has childhood trauma, and it turns out to be an amazing doorway into the internal focused dialogue and transformational change. If you have not received training in how to incorporate a trauma-focused approach alongside of your CBT and accountability strategies that are very important for you to be implementing, then I would tell you that your program can get better. And it's important that we pursue better, because victims of domestic violence, children living in domestic violence households, law enforcement officers who put themselves in danger every time they go out on a DV call, all these people are relying on us to be as good as we can be at our craft. It is true, not everybody who has experienced childhood trauma grows up to use cruelty and battering behavior in relationships. But among those who batter, among those who use relationship cruelty, childhood trauma is a very common, ever-present condition experience that we ought to be prepared to address in our rooms. So I'll spend some more time in the upcoming months talking about strategies and how we can do that. You can certainly check out our website and the 8 years of vlogs and blogs that I have posted. It is all designed to help facilitators get better at their craft. It's designed to help me get better at my craft as I talk about these things and share ideas with you. So I hope that you have a great rest of your summer, and I look forward to putting out another one of these in September. So, best to you.